Sure.
All right. Guys, we're going to go into questions for De'Aaron King. Please use the hand raise function if you've got one. And we're going to start with Matt Shodell from Canesport. Matt?
Yeah, hey, Derek. I wanted to ask you, Coach Diaz and Coach Lashley opened up the wide receiver competition, 9 different guys are listed as co-starters. Is that something that you think will really make a big difference, making these guys really battle, get some different guys out there potentially, just sort of weigh in on that open competition and how that's going this week?
Yeah, I think it's going good. A lot of guys are getting reps, so that's always good. Like you said, the way I look at it, I mean, any week, anybody can lose their job. You know what I mean? So I'm not safe. Nobody's safe. So you got to just keep practicing well, and try to play well. So you can stay out there on the field. But as far as the receivers go, I think the receivers have done a great job this week. I think that everybody's got to continue to get better. I think opening the competition will push everybody.
Derek, we're going to go to Susan Miller-Degnan at the Miami Herald. Susan?
Hey, Derek. This week, Virginia, what's the biggest challenge you have against them? I know you say that you're continually working on different aspects of your game, and Coach Diaz said this week some of the sacks against you at Pitt were due to you holding onto the ball too long. What did you see on the tape, and what do you have to do? And I do have a follow.
I just got to get the ball out. I just got to know where my shortest throws at, and just know what I'm trying to do. As far as Virginia, they have a pretty good defense. They're real long and athletic. They can make plays in space. So we just got to take what they give us, and try to hit those shots when they come.
And then my follow-up was, as dynamic as you've been this season, and as much as you've been a huge part of why the team is excelling, do you feel you have to improve your overall deep ball accuracy to prove to NFL teams you can play quarterback on the next level? I know that's what you want.
Yeah, I mean, we got to start connecting on those. As far as the deep ball go, we got to start hitting those, and I think when we do, I think they'll roll. So we got to just keep throwing them and just keep trusting the guys, and they got to keep trusting me. And eventually, I think we'll start making those plays. I think it'll come pretty soon.
Okay, thank you.
Derek, we have David Furones from the Sun Sentinel. David?
Hey, Derek, a couple questions. First, in getting into good third down situations, what do you think goes well for this offense on early downs? And then I'll have a follow after that.
Wait, can you ask that again? I'm sorry.
That to get into good third down situations, third and short, third and manageable, getting yards on first and second down. What have you seen has been effective for this offense? And what would you like to see on the early downs to be able to avoid third and longs?
Yeah, staying out third and longs is huge for us. I think if you have a positive play on first down, I think that take care of itself. So if you get 4 more yards on first down, you make second down easier, and potentially you probably don't get the third down. But if you have 2 positive plays start the drive, it makes everything easier. And I think that's big for us. I can't take sacks. I got to get the ball out and let everybody make plays.
And the other question I have for you is you mentioned the height and length of some of the Virginia defenders. These guys, I guess, instead of from Pitt, they came from the D-line. They have a couple outside linebackers, one is 6'5", one is 6'7". You had a couple of batted balls in the last game. What do you have to do to avoid that? I know sometimes it's not really what you do, and it's them making plays. But what kind of steps can you take to try to avoid that?
I just got to try to avoid them. I just got to try to throw it around them. I can't try to throw through people. And possibly just got to try to avoid them. I don't know how to answer that. I just got to try to avoid them. I just can't let the ball get tipped.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Derek, we got time for a couple more. We're going to go to Manny Navarro at The Athletic. Manny?
Hey, Derek, I wanted to ask you about the drop step move that you do. It's been so effective every time you get the safety sucked in. It's led to a lot of big plays. Yeah. Can you talk about that and just the threat of running, how important that is, to sort of continue to maintain that for this offense?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think anytime we play anybody, I think everybody's worried about me running so much. So anytime I take a couple steps or I run a QB power, the linebacker and everybody is getting sucked up, and that allows people to get behind them and wide them touchdowns. So I think I just got to keep running the ball. Coach Lashley has drawn up great plays off that, so we got to keep doing that.
Did you learn it from anybody? Did you study anybody and how to make it so effective? Because obviously the threat is what gets them, but in terms of executing, it's just kind of like play action, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much like play action. It's just no back. It's just me running quarterback power and just getting a low hat so the guys can't really see me. And I think I'm running, so they just come up trying to make the play and just throw right behind them.
Yeah. Thanks.
De'Eric, last but not least, we have Chris Stock from InsideTheU. Chris, go ahead if you had a question for De'Eric.
De'Eric, just 5 games into the season, kind of your assessment where this team is and where the offense is, and then also looking ahead to this one. This will be the sixth going into the bye. Just kind of just your overall sense on this team right now.
I think the team has a good feel right now. I know we lost one game, but I think as far as just staying together, I think that's the most important thing for us. We just got to keep staying together and just keep believing and keep getting better every single day in practice. Because it's going to be mistakes in the game. It's going to be things we got to correct. We all know that, especially me. This has been a quarterback, especially on offense. We got to correct a lot of things, but I think we keep coming to the building and having the right attitude. I think those things will get corrected. But as far as the season, I think it's going pretty good. Obviously, we lost the game, like I said, that's never good, and we got a lot to improve on. And then just looking forward to playing Virginia. It's always a blessing just to have another game. Whatever happens in the past game, you watch the tape on Sundays, forget about it. And now it's a new game, new opponent. It's like starting all over again. So that's always good.
Last one for you, Coach. We have David Wilson from the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey, Rhett, a couple quick ones. Just first, I'm just kind of curious your overall kind of big picture thoughts on De'Eric on Saturday. Obviously, the 4 touchdowns, but the 2 interceptions. And then also, we obviously, you're adding different stuff to the playbook. It seems like every week we saw that full house formation. I'm just curious, with no spring, how far along is like install or whatever at this point in the season as opposed to maybe past seasons? Do you feel like it's a little bit further behind, or are you kind of where you hope you would be?
Yeah, with regards to De'Eric, I thought De'Eric played pretty well on Saturday. The first interception was a tip ball, and that's unfortunate. He had Mike Harley was going to be open on the outcut for a gain, and it gets tipped, and it was just kind of unfortunate. I'd tell you what goes unnoticed is the hustle of Mike Harley and Cam Harris and John Campbell and Ja'Kai Clark and De'Eric to go get that tackle down at the 12, because what looked like a pick six, they get him tackled at the 12. Our defense, stiffens up and holds them to 3. That was big. And the other one, their corner honestly made a great play. He turned and showed a coverage and bailed out the last second, and he got us. But he probably had 2 other plays that were really poor plays. One, we took a sack on one late in the game that I think he could have got the ball out, and then another one when he was out of the pocket didn't make a great decision. But to throw 4 touchdown passes, I thought his deep ball throws were a lot better. If you look, they were right on the fingertips of the receivers. A couple PIs we got because he gave them chances, and he made some runs when we needed him to as well. And so I thought he played better. I thought he was just steady and did a good job and gave us a chance to win. Obviously, the turnovers were critical, and we can't allow that. But as far as De'Eric goes, I thought he had a solid game, and I think he'll continue to get better each week.